Hello and welcome back to Hope Park Junction and this quick Christmas update. It's been around 18 months since I last posted a video, and the main reason for the large gap is that I've changed scales from N gauge to 00 gauge. I think I did put a note on my last video that I'd changed scales. There were many reasons why. It was quite a complex layout to operate, was the N gauge layout, and instead of coming in here after work and switching off for an hour or so, I used to find that I was leaving more stressed than when I came in. It all worked perfectly, but ideally it could have done with about 2 or 3 operators at the same time. So I wanted to go for something much more simple to operate. I was also attracted by DCC sound, and I just happen to think it works better in 00 than it does in N. I think N's just a fraction too small for it to sound and look realistic. But that's my own personal opinion. It wasn't easy to leave N gauge behind. Over the last 10 years or so, there have been some major advancements in that gauge, and some of the stuff that you're now able to buy was just beyond hope 10-20 years ago. So it was a reluctant sale of all my stuff, but here I am now in 00 gauge. Now, I've still got the same space to work in. But what I've decided to do this time is instead of having just one scenic side on the layout, I've now got 2 scenic sides. So this side here, which will be the station, that used to be the upper fiddle yard, and this moves right round across the doorway, over a hatch, and moves round to this side where the lines split. The 2 lower lines go right round and into the first helix, which is over there, and then they come back underneath into about 9 roads, I think, in the fiddle yard underneath, back round again with a lower hatch across the doorway, back under the station side, another 9 roads under here, all the way around, and then back up the second helix and into the station. Now the 2 lines on this side that go above will go above the first helix and across into what is my workshop at the back, onto that shelf there where you can see all the trains parked up, and that will be predominantly for DMUs, HSTs, things like that, things that don't need to be turned, and then they can just run back in and round into the station. It's taken me the best part of 12 months to get to this stage. I'm still selling some of the N gauge stuff. There's not very much of it left now, but I had a hell of a lot of stuff to get through, and I'm just checking what I've spent at the post office in posting things out to people over the last 12 months or so, and it comes to about £800, so it gives you some idea of just how much stuff I've sold. Not all the locos are DCC sound fitted at the moment. I think I've got about 6 that I've got sound in. That's an ongoing project. Where time and money allows, I'll hopefully have all the fleet fitted with sound. The hidden fiddle yards will be concealed from view, so you won't actually be able to see. There'll be curtains like this on the bottom bit here. They will go and cover the fiddle yards. It's lit under there by LED strip lighting, as you can see underneath. Wiring's a bit of a mess, needs tidying up. And in order to see what's going on under there, I've installed 3 monitors here. One of them working at the moment, the other one's switched off, and that gives me a good view as to what's happening underneath. I will have a mimic panel here as well, and lights in to indicate which sections are full and which sections are empty. That will go just above here somewhere, I think, and the same for the station. On this side there'll be a track plan, and I'll be able to operate the points from up above here as well. I currently operate them via the ECOS, but I think I prefer to use the panel mounting method, because you can actually trace a route with your finger, so that'll all go above there. Not much else to report really. I've not started any scenery at all, as you can see. I've put the platforms in. They're made from MDF. The sort of raised section there at the back. There'll be some kind of station building on there. I'm not sure what. I've not even thought about it yet. It's just covered in buses at the minute, as you can see. And that's just about it, really. So what I'll do now is I'll run a few trains, and hopefully I'll make it a New Year's resolution to upload a few more videos than I have done of late, and you'll be able to track the progress of the layout. The vast majority of the wiring's done. All the points on the scenic section are working. I've used Cobalt motors. Those are the ones that I had left over from the N-gauge layout, and I've used those in the fiddle yards as well. It might sound a tad extravagant because they're not cheap to buy, but if you want reliability, and one of the problems on the old layout was using the Pico motors, you'd hear the click or some kind of buzzing noise, but it wasn't guaranteed that the point had thrown fully, and the first you knew about it would be a derailed train. So I wanted something that was ultra reliable, and these are. You know, when they throw the point, they throw the point, which is what I wanted. So I'll run a few trains, and hopefully I'll report back in the new year. But for now, all the best for what's left of Christmas, and Happy New Year. Bye for now.